Awesome, guys. Welcome back to Teddy Talks here at RE Plus 2025. We are in for a treat. We have the founder, the chairman of APsystems sitting across from me, Dr. Ling. How are you today?
It's great. Thank you.
Awesome. Hey, I want to thank you for the opportunity. I know that you don't personally say, hey, let's do Teddy Talks, but I love the support. I love having a team that I can rely on, from our marketing team, from not only just the US based, but from the global side. And it's an impressive company. APsystems, I've been installing for a long time, and I've gotten to know you. I've gotten to know your son, Chris. He works on our tech team. Amazing character, amazing information technology, and just an overall amazing company. I know that you started this company back early 2000s, I believe,
yeah.
And in California. Could you tell us about kind of the origin of APsystems, where it started? It wasn't always called APsystems, but let's start off there from what your idea and how it became this.
Okay, it's great. Thank you. First of all, Ted, I really appreciate you have this kind of form for the interviewing and the dialogue. It's a great way to communicating, and so appreciate and set up. Yeah, first of all, it is true, the APsystems, we started in 2010, actually a little bit earlier, like end of 2009.
Wonderful.
And prior to the APsystems, myself, I graduated in studying in Europe, spent 6.5 years there, and then came back to came to the United States. I studied in the UC Berkeley, and then worked in the Silicon Valley almost for 20 years.
Okay.
So my mainly is working the chip industry. IC chip industry. So in 2007, I joined the company. I started changing my career from semiconductor to the solar industry. So my first company I worked on is at Solaria. So doing the low concentration PV module type of thing. 2007, it is, I think it's a very special year. Quite many semiconductor professional join the solar industry in Bay Area, in Silicon Valley, because we are seeing the renewable and or the alternative energies all become it's kind of great things for us. We think it's a good thing to pursue. After like 20 years in semiconductor, we switched the career to the solar. So near around, I work in the Solaria about since 2007. Around about 2 years later, Dr. Lu, the co-founder of the company, and he is also the PhD in the UCLA. So we founded the company for the alternative power system. That's what we call APsystems. AP
Wonderful.
Really stands for alternative power.
Okay.
So the reason we start from at the Solaria, we are doing the low concentration modules, really use the semiconductor manufacturing technology applied to the PV module design and the production capacities production. But for microinverter is further, we realize that both Dr. Lu and I, we are both from electronics.
Okay.
We still like maybe we saw at that time, we saw the microinverter in the market, from In-Phase and Solar Magic, couple of things. Then we believe that kind of product fits our background even better, because we both are the electronic engineering doctor PhD there. So that's how we start APsystems near the end of 2007, but now we more often say start from 2010. It's 4 years.
Yeah, and I was like, why a microinverter, right? Why did you not want to go down a string system or an optimizer system? And what was that deciding factor of like, okay, this is the product we want. This is the power of level, the MPP inputs. This is what we want to design. And talk a little bit about early stage of what that micro looked like, the YC500s, or before that, I think there were the Y250s or 200s, the first couple models.
Yeah, so it's a very interesting question. So lots of people ask us why you start microinverter as back to 2010.
Yeah.
So today, microinverter is quite popular. There's so many companies. Look at around the inverter company, almost every booth has their own call, one way or another called microinverter.
Yep.
But at 2010, there are not many companies doing this. As the startup, at that time, we really want to do something, technology which represent the future of the technology, the future development. And also, we also want to look at something, the product has some technical barrier. So we want to do something new and also can represent the future of the technology. That's how we believe microinverter at that time. Even it's more like a very niche market, but we see it has all the connection in parallels. It's low voltages. We believe safety is the most important for this entire inverter technologies, and also the efficiencies. They have multiple single MPPT, right? So all these things we see, all these carry together. Also, you have a monitoring called the intelligence, called smart.
Yes.
High efficiency, safety, and intelligence, or smart. This will represent almost in 2010. We believe all the electronics will be like that. Anything you go, it will be this direction.
Yeah.
So that's how we commit on these technologies.
I believe it's impressive from what other companies have done or duplicated from early adopters, innovators, such as you and your partners, and the opportunities you have to be able to see something in the future of like, okay, where is this headed? What problem am I solving? What issues are I creating by making something? And you brought up a good point. Safety is not only for the microinverter itself, the application, the homeowner, but the end user or the service and maintenance guy. That's a huge opportunity to bring some high voltage down to a manageable voltage where it's used to being in a house. And not only just for the US market, but for global markets, and having that opportunity to adapt to different grid profiles and platforms, that's impressive. And carrying along a technology back-end system of monitoring and per panel technology, all those things, we all think we're innovators until we meet an innovator and be like, man, you think different. You think, your brains work on a different level. So
yeah, exactly. So at that time, microinverter, even though we see the advantage of like safety, high efficiency, and smart or co-intelligence, but that it does have a major obstacle to be more using more area, more populous, because cost. So at that time, the cost is an obstacle. It's prevent the product itself or technology be more popular, widely being used. So at that time, APsystems, we really, as an innovator, we really look at how do we reduce the entire cost by design. It's not by use cheaper material. It's by design, by architecture. So that's how we come out multi-module architecture. If we look at the microinverter around 2010, almost everybody doing singles, right? The in-phase did great things at that time. Even now, they still dominant and did an excellent job on the singles. But around the 2013, APsystems, we had the first one come out the multi-module architecture. 142, 144. If you're looking back, all the players during the 2010-2009 days, roughly maybe about 10 players.
Yes.
But since even today, there are only 2 companies survived. One's in-phase, of course, they are very leading edge on the singles. And APsystems is survived because of we have a dual, have a multi-module architecture. If you're looking back during that years, so there is a good reason make APsystems be success, because we are the innovative, come out the multi-module architecture. Since then, of course, nowadays see more and more players. They are pretty much they're all multi-module based, because it does give you the advantage on the system cost. So this is how we came from there, and also all the way developed to today.
And I think it's important to, when you see other companies copycat, duplicate, replicate something that you've done and you've perfected over years, but it's also impressive. We just don't do like one model or have one type and leave it as that, right? You're constantly having innovation, having new products, the new platform with the new QT2s, the 3-phase, and then over into the DS3 models. That is impressive. And then the next newest one is the easy one, the plug and play balcony solar, portable solar, 120 volt. It is game changer for the community. Now, I know that we're going on 15 years now with APsystems. We just celebrated a birthday or a milestone there. But also this year we've adopted on 25-year warranty on every product on our micros, which is impressive. And it's pretty much industry standard. And we're just like, we've had it for the full time, but now it's like, hey, we're 25 years too. Maybe we didn't advertise that good enough or not, but it's part of our basic platform. So tell us how, like, what this year's brought with legislation back in the U.S. in our market here, but then also globally what we're looking at this year, and then what's in store for 2026. Any big news? Any sneak peeks? Like, tell us where we're at and where we're going.
Okay, yeah. So first of all, from APsystems, we started as a microinverter company. As you mentioned, that over 13 years, actually 15 years now.
Yeah.
So we have multiple generations. Actually, we have total 4 generations product introduced. Of course, we call 4 generations literally is 4 different platforms.
Models.
Yeah,
Yep.
so different platforms. Started with like a YC200, the one single units. Micro is 200 watt.
Yes.
And then we call first generation. Then we have the turning point is 2013. We come out the multi-module YC 500 and also the YC 1000. 1000 is 3-phase, the first 3-phase microinverter in the industry. So for 4 panels. Then we have 2017. We came out the third generations, which is integrate this called smart grid. Like a lot of new standard, yeah, the smart grid, all these kind of standards. And in 2021, 2021, we came out the 4th generation, which is we call QT2 DS3 series. And that is the first one in the industry. We introduced the microinverter, which will be able to empower 20 amps. The DC current, we are first one introduced because we are seeing the PC panels getting power, more and more power, higher current. So we are way ahead of the curves to be prepared, be ready for these technologies. As you also mentioned that we produce the easy 120 volt.
Yes.
I believe at the moment we are the first one have the low voltage the microinverter suitable for our DIY plug-in power. We call plug-in solars
Yes.
type of technologies, which is also very popular in Europe. We are seeing it's more coming for the US market. Even for this exhibition, a lot of people start asking these technologies. But of course, as I said, we are coming from almost 15 years ago. As an APsystems, we start from as an equipment, like the microinverter equipment company. But during the course of development, we are more and more become a system solution company.
Yeah.
Besides microinverter, we have the storage. Storage, we also have the system, a lot more looking how this to be integrated for the homeowners. You have PV, you have storage, they're all AC coupled. So in general, our product portfolio, we say we look at 3 area of application. One is application we call a plug-in PV solar.
Okay.
It's DIY.
Yep.
So in this phase, we have the EZ1 series. Also, we have a hybrid, EZ hybrid. So these are the called 1 series. So we have a PV and storage. Second application we call home residentials. We have DS3, we have QT2. Then we have also storage, ELS, in the US market.
Yes.
The third application we call the industrial and commercials. So for PV side, we have QT2 3-phase, and then actually we didn't show displayed here, but we also have the commercial storage, which is 200 kilowatt hours, 400 kilowatt hours.
It is impressive.
Yeah, if you look at this whole map, the product itself is more like by applications, different field, right? Small one, medium, residential, and the commercials. On the other hand, on top of this product, we implement a lot of the AI technology in especially in Europe. Similar, they have a lot of dynamics, the electricity price, right? So you need incorporate with this kind of dynamics. So the strategy of charge discharge is all by AI driven. We have a PCS with AI enables. In a company-wise, we also developed the AP Bolt, which will enable the training, also enable the after sales service. There's a lot of the intelligence on the AI technology building there. To recap, in 2026, we will look at more full entire surrounded different application phase, and also with enabled by AI technologies. So this will be the things by moving forwards is more solution providers rather than a single hardware equipment company.
That's impressive. I mean, knowing that we're always thinking of what's next, what's be ahead of the curve, and maybe we're sometimes too far ahead of the curve. Like we thought panels were going to catch up to us pretty quick, and they're barely catching up to you. And you were 2-3 years before that, which is impressive. I actually had the pleasure of installing the first EZ1 system on my home in the U.S. That was impressive. I installed the first battery system out here in the U.S. as well, and so it's fun to see those early adopters and the new technology and the prototypes coming out and still learning how to innovate even after 15 years. It's impressive. Now, I think this is the most important question I'm going to ask you today because you're a family man, and I've gotten to know yourself and your son a little bit, and he wanted me to ask you, who is your favorite child? So...
it's hard to say. The both child is my favorite child, but I have actually, as I said, and actually we are living family, the kids. I have wife. I have in California, so I have two boys. They all grew up in California. They study in U.S. Now they both work. I have two sons. They all very has different characters.
Yeah.
Very different personalities. It's kind of sometimes always amazed. Same families, same waters, same food.
Yeah.
But they are very different characters.
Very different. Yeah.
But they are very good. I like them both. And but of course one is very different. I say it's both are good. Is my I have to say both are favorite one way or another.
Yeah,
it's a hard question.
No, definitely. And I myself, I'm a dad of two girls, and they are my world, and my beautiful wife, and I know that family's important, and I appreciate that you give us the opportunity here at AP Systems to be able to have and bring our families along, if so be, but also give us the time and ownership and the opportunity to represent AP Systems on a personal level, but also it's fun when we have like family gatherings or events, and you give us that latitude of making sure that we love our work so we can go home and love on our family and I mean, it's definitely something you don't see at every corporation or every company, especially with how broad this organization is. We're a global company, and America is a very small part and piece of the total company. Do you know how many employees you have under your company?
Yeah, so first of all, definitely it's right. So we are always tell my staff saying that I want my staff will be they're all proud of what the industry they are working for. They also be proud of the companies they work for, and so be proud of the jobs they are doing. So it's very important. It's not only in the company it's not only work, it's also kind of family, right? It's also, I used to work with a company, now I have to say something, I work with a company called Xilinx. If anybody in the Silicon Valley knows that Xilinx, back to that days, it's a very people-oriented company. Prior to Xilinx, I worked for AMD. Both AMD and Xilinx are well known in the Silicon Valley. It's very people-oriented, right? So that's how I carry on this kind of spirit. Back to the Solaria, we have similar kind of spirit. I'll carry on this all the way to the AP system. If you look at AP system, it's very people-oriented and also technology innovative, because there's all the three companies, you look at it, it's all technology company. AMD, Xilinx, Solaria, right? And they're all very people-oriented company. So this how do I managing, driving the company culture like this? And also that we are, like you said, we are very diversified. For me, myself, if you look at myself, I got my university college degree in China, then studying in Europe, in Belgium for 6.5 years. I got my PhD there. Then I came to United States for 20 years, working in the Silicon Valley. So my experience already showed me I'm very diversified. I work in different kind of people and study, work together in Europe, in the United States, in Asia. Yeah. So overall, the company-wise, we have a total now is about 500, and the 350 around the microinverter residential things, 150 work on the CNI industrial storage. So the company-wise, we always we emphasize the R&D technology, we emphasize on the marketing, sales, tech support, but we are light in the manufacturing. So we had the spirit of fabulous start from Xilinx days. So we contract out our manufacturing to our partners. So that's how, even though we have 500 people, but we all focus on R&D. So we're very strong in R&D. So, and also we're very focused on or emphasize localization. Right, in the United States, we all run by the America. So in America, in US, United States, people view us as American company. So in Europe, I run all by the Europeans team. So in Europe, we always view as a European company. Correct. So for example, like in France, we win 5 times consecutive years is the top brand in France, also in Netherlands. Right? So all these kind of things we focus on called localization. In Brazil, we have the local people managing. In Mexico, we managing entire Latin America region, all by Mexicans, local people. So that's how I believe localization and diversification and globalization is our strength. In person, I'm be able to manage all this because I work in different country. Even every region I stay there, it's quite long years. Right? 7 years, 20 years. It's not like just traveling. So I know, that's how we build a AP system. It's a family, people-driven, innovation, and also localization, diversification, and globalization.
That's impressive. You got over 500 employees, and not only a global experience or global platform, but you have that specific site application where the U.S. base is supported by U.S. customers, U.S. Employees, U.S.-based tech support. And I've seen that not only do you care about your employees, but you care about your customers, and you empower the employees, the tech support, the technical team, the sales team. We just don't go out there and create a cell and we sold a pallet, sold a container, whatever that may be. We created a relationship, and I think that's the important factor. Is it's not a transactional thing. It's a get to know you thing. And if you've watched any of the podcasts before, guys, if you've seen anything, any of these customers here, any of these clients here, you see that interaction. We're friends. We're knowing people's family. We're getting to know the relationship and the person behind that transaction. And I think that separates AP Systems from other companies that I've worked for. And it's impressive to be like, okay, yeah, I'm able to sit down and have that deep conversation with somebody because they know who I am and I know who they are, and it's impressive. And I thank you for that. any word of wisdom or golden nugget to give innovators, early adopters, people that are going to college or learning engineering or technical skills, like what would you tell them? What's your best word of advice that you want to leave on them?
Yeah, I think that things come to my mind very often is that be persistent and also looking longer term. Do not try. Nowadays, a lot of companies they try to make quick money.
Yeah.
And they try to chasing the hot topic. But my view is that a lot of time, just like a microinverter, you have to be persistently investing there for many years. At a certain point, the opportunity will come to you. Similarly, for any other product R&D we're doing today, seems not that hot today. But I believe as long as the direction is right, then keep persistent that one day the opportunity will come. Yes, there's some kind of people they are good at it, to chasing the hot spot, moving fast. But some like us, I want ourselves be more persistent and looking for longer term. And also, secondly, very important, run the company financially should be very conservative. Just short story that when I was an engineer, I travel a lot as in the semiconductor. And one day, there one gentleman, little bit senior than I do, sit next to me. And then we talk a lot, and I realize he's doing business. Then I ask him, maybe give me some advices. As an engineer, I'm always very curious about running startup company. So I say, give me some advices. What is most important to running a company? He's saying that, he saw a little bit, he's saying that, very important. Every year you have to make $1 as minimum, as $1. I said, why? Because if you make $1, means that you can have next year, have another year. But if you're losing money, you will be less and less, then one day you will be disappeared. So that pricked my mind is strongly, that's why APsystems, we consecutively in 13 years, every single year, we are profitable. Since 2012, every single year we are profitable. Consecutive 13 years. No matter the industry up and down, we always able to through the cycles. Anytime we through the cycles, we become up to the next stage. So just recently we was nominated, it's not nominated, just ranked, but statistic data showing that we are among all the inverter company, financially we are the healthiest one, the most strong. Of course, they have a way to measure the minimum index, like profitability and also the cash flow, all these couple of things, very complicated metrics. So we are ranked the number one. So it is good result of our philosophy over years. It's very, in general, run the company in a conservative way, rather than just jump on it and burn the money and try to get a quick cash. You may not able, right? So that's how we run the company. So in other words, that would be my advisors. First of all, be persistent, looking for longer term, invest on technologies. Another thing is that manage the company financially very carefully, conservatively.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Dr. Ling. Thank you guys for tuning in, and you heard it here first. Be persistent, be curious, opportunity will come. You'll have the opportunity to be conservative through your marketing, through your education, make that $1, and maybe next time I'll see you on my side of the couch. Teddy Talks. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Thank you, APsystems. Thank you, Dr. Ling. It's been a wonderful podcast here today. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you everybody for watching this conversation. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thanks.
I hope you liked that last video. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe right here at this channel to see all the amazing updates coming from Teddy Talks. Now, we're powered by APsystems, and you'll see a lot more coming from us. Hope to see you soon.